gives almost all the hundreds of millions of dollars he makes, literally almost everything, lives frugally. I mean, he isn't into money or power. He isn't worldly in the sense you'd think. That's kind of their servants are into baubles and trinkets and stuff. At the top, they are just as committed as we are, folks. And he just gives everything he's got to eugenics funds and sterilization funds and vaccine funds and land grabbing funds. And he just, and they just work dedicated 18 hours a day, dedicated to bring you evil, dedicated to bankrupt the middle class. And they say because we're consuming too much, we've got it too well. I mean, I probably heard NPR 200 times because it's all the, my wife always listens to it, when she's cooking dinner at like 5:30. And this morning she had it on. I get up about 7:30 and I hear her in the room next to me cooking breakfast and it's on. And I hear him talking about world population and greenhouse taxes and all this crap. And it just never ends. And I know what it is. And I know how they have that sweet, calm, soothing NPR voice. And I know that they have college courses and they admit that they go to them to speak calmly. It's just like when you come up to a horse and you've got it in the domestication pen, you've been feeding it, and you've been coming up kind of getting ready to put a bridle on it the last few weeks, and you're, shh, everything's okay, horsey. There you go. Let me give you some feed out of my hand. Shh, trust me. They put the bridle on it. And they don't just want to ride this horse. They want to take it over to a truck that's waiting. There you go. Trust me, horsey. I'm going to lead you up off this ramp into the truck. And then they slam the door and they say, you're going to the Elmer's glue factory. We're going to render you down into steaks to be shipped to France. And we're going to take your hooves and your cartilage and we're going to make Elmer's glue out of it at a rendering plant. Oh, shh, it's okay. It's all right. And to just see them building it all around us and admitting they're building it. And then you even talk to mid-level minions of the system who know enough of the picture to know it's sinister, and they go, but we've got to. There's too many people. And they kind of get this little demonic little smile. And you go, you say to them, you feel like you're part of the power structure, don't you? You feel like you're going to end up winning. They're like, that's right, I win. Ha ha. And I'm like, my God, look at you. Look at what you've turned into. Look what you are. And you pity them. But it's just like that coral snake in the backyard by my children's swings a few years ago. Biggest coral snake I've ever seen. It was red on yellow. It was poisonous. And I had that hoe. I went in just to be sure, and I looked up online. Yeah, red on yellow kills a fella. It was curled up. And it didn't mean any harm. It was just a venomous snake. And I killed it deader than a hammer. Even though I thought it was beautiful and interesting, I killed it. But there's nothing beautiful and interesting about these people. They are not engaging in a normal or natural way. They are engaging in predatory activity against their own species when they themselves, if they studied the pyramidal power structure, are in the middle of the pyramid. They are one of the most controlled, dumbed down, assaulted groups out there. The upper areas of the pyramid are most worried about the middle area of the pyramidal power structure, the control system. And they're always seeking to have dirt on you, to dumb you down, to control you, and then in different phases engage in purges. And so you're not helping yourself. It's a pipe dream. It's a spell. It's an illusion that you're on the winning team. You're not. All right, let's go to the calls here. Let's talk to Rod in Indiana. Go ahead, Rod.
Hey, how you doing, Alex?
Good.
I'm glad to see you back, and you need to take care of yourself because you help us. I just like to make a few comments. I live in Indiana. here they're trying to take my home without any due process of the law. They already have. I can't afford to move anywhere. I don't have that kind of money or luxury.
Well, now when you're homeless, the feds are paying the cities to forcibly thumbprint and face scan you, and then many states are now forcing people to live in camps. They don't let you live on the street, and so it's a very hellish. The New London, Connecticut case said private interests can tell the government they want your land, and the government will take it without just compensation. That was what was buried in the news articles with that case 4 years ago, is that they take it without paying you. And my dad owns some land, and he got a notice called the Taxpayers' Bill of Rights in Texas, and it actually told him he had no rights, but they called it a taxpayer of rights. You have the rights to have no rights. And it said, when the government or a private corporation wants your land now, you've got a few weeks to accept the price, and that's it, or you get nothing. So it's either you sign the contract or your brains will be on the contract. An offer you can't refuse. But how are they taking your house?
Well, I bought the home. I paid cash, and I told them they had to fix a few things. They didn't want to fix them, so they sold the contract to an uncle, and he foreclosed without any due process here. I've called attorneys. Attorneys say, what black hole do you live in? Because they haven't heard of anything since 1939 in Alabama like this. Every attorney group...
Oh, no, it goes on everywhere. No, listen, that's the thing I found, is in business, period, everything's getting corrupt. And then as other people get cheated and screwed, they then think it's okay to do it to you. But look, you did a deal with a shyster. But you have the contract, and so I would just call the sheriff. I would go into court. I would sue the individual, or they sold it to somebody else. Do they have a title company? What's going on?
Yeah, the title company didn't do. They took my name off everything without even a court hearing, and they sold it to an uncle, and he screwed so many people in this town. But the attorneys say I have a case. I just don't have no money.
Oh, it's a boss hog.
Right, and when they've done this, so illegal, and I've got an attorney saying he can't do anything because it's like a slow-moving car wreck. And they're going to have to physically force me out or kill me because I will not leave my home. I will not.
Well, I would tell you, before you wait for them on their terms, I'm not telling you what to do.
Yes, sir.
Have you thought about going and talking to these people yourself?
I've tried, and there's no talking.
Have you tried physically talking to them?
Yes, I've tried physically talking to them. They will not talk to me. It's a done deal, they say, and I appreciate.
You need to go to the police. It's a criminal matter. You need to go to the fraud division, and then you may have to go outside the town to the county. But I know what I'd do. All right, I appreciate your call, but I can't tell you that on air. Okay, we're going to continue with your calls till the 8 after. Then Paul Watson joins us for about 30 minutes, and I'm going to get into the attack on the First Amendment. Just massive new developments every day. Also, about the Department of Homeland Security documents coming out saying Ron Paul supporters, gun owners, veterans are the number one threat, and the Homeland Security is designed to deal with us. We already knew that over a decade ago. We had their documents, but at least now it's big news. We're going to be breaking that down. We'll start simulcasting at prisonplanet.tv coming up at the 8 after. And your calls are coming up in a moment, but I wanted to tell you about a few of the sponsors that have made today's radio show so far possible. One of them is Ecola Blue, and you spell that ECOLOBLUE.com, EcolaBlue.com. It's a great atmospheric water generator. In fact, I'm drinking some right now. Pays for itself in 1 year if you buy your water from the store. Pure, clean water without the fluoride. Unlimited water from the humidity in the air. Know exactly what you're drinking. The machine produces up to 28 liters of water in 24 hours. The generated water is passed through 7 filters, including reverse osmosis and carbon. Simple to use. No chemicals, pollutants, or toxins. Neutral pH. Your own source of clean drinking water. And then it's, again, got 7 filters inside. It is the Ecola Blue. ECOLOblue.com or 1-800-691-6043, 800-691-6043. And one other sponsor I wanted to tell you about was eFoodsDirect.com. They've got so many great products at eFoods Direct, just the letter E and then foodsdirect.com, the highest quality storable foods. You name it. And in these crazy times, it's great to be prepared. It's great to be self-sufficient. It's great to be able to not be beholden to the man for a month or 6 months, a year, whatever may be needed. I would suggest folks give eFoods Direct a visit today.